What's going on YouTube? Keith Moore Jr. here. So I'm here to give my final fight analysis of the Tank Davis versus Romero fight. A lot has transpired since I did my initial video, from Tank shoving Romero at, well, not even really shoving him, tapping him on stage at the weigh-in, the press conference. A lot has transpired, and it was a lot of psychological warfare that I saw being played, which is going to make me change my prediction. But I still feel like Rolly is an awkward fighter. Tank has to be careful. But I've been watching a lot of Rolly's older fights, and I just don't see, despite him being awkward and having power, I don't think he has enough volume to be able to catch Tank with something. And listening to Tank talk, one thing that stood out this camp, Tank isolated himself. So he was just training with him and his team. In the past, he would have training camps where it would be a lot of people around him in the camps. But to know that he is coming into this fully focused, and he's aware that Rolly's trying to play a mental game, because he's been saying it himself, I'm glad this fight is happening now rather than years ago, because I would have been too emotional. Now I'm not emotional about it. I see it for what it is, which I think is key, because the way that I saw Rolly getting a knockout was going to be if Tank came into the fight emotional and just tried to brawl with Rolly, which it seems like, we'll see tonight, but it seems like Tank knows that he cannot do that. He knows that's not smart. So he also said he wants to make Rolly's trainer, Bullet, throw in the towel, which is another sign. He's like, all right, if he can get the knockout, he will, but he's not fixated on just going in there and knocking him out. He's trying to go in there and punish Rolly, which means Tank is going to be boxing. So that brings me to my next point. I watched Rolly's fight with Anthony Yiggett, which is Rolly's last fight. It was last July. It's another thing. Rolly has been out of the ring for a while, so it's going to take a while for him to be able to time Tank and catch Tank with a counter. And Anthony Yiggett was catching Rolly Romero with some shots that if he gets caught with these same shots from Tank, he's not going to see the end of the fight. It's just like one of them, I'm going to post a clip, it's an uppercut and it landed plush, because I noticed watching this fight, and then it was another fight, I believe the guy's name is Jackson Marinez. Let me check, I have it up here. Yeah, Jackson Marinez, which was a fight I think Rolly lost, so does a lot of people. But the thing I was looking at in those fights was Rolly's head movement. He doesn't slip. Rolly comes straight forward and he's trying to knock you out. He's throwing either 2 punches or a max of 3 punches. Even when he's training for media day and stuff, he's not throwing a lot of punches. He's throwing a very strong jab, the 2, and he's throwing those uppercuts. That's what he's trying to throw now. That fight with Anthony Yiggett, him getting caught with uppercuts time and time again and still continuing to come forward. Like, he has a chin, but those aren't punches that you can repeatedly take from Tank and see the end of the fight. It's just not going to happen, especially later in the fight as those legs start to get tired, those legs start to go. I think it's just going to be a very bad scenario. So initially, I was saying I was going to bet on Rolly knocking Tank out, just as a far-fetched bet, because I knew the odds would be crazy. But now I can't even do that, because Tank is going to box. And initially I thought Rolly was going to be under Tank's skin so much that Tank was going to come in and just brawl it out with him, which it seems like that's what Rolly's game plan was, just to aggravate Tank, make him extremely frustrated. But throughout their interactions this week, Tank has been nothing but calm. And the last time they see each other before the fight, he taps him and knocks him off the stage, which was like, to me, the final chess move. You know, he put himself in that position on the chessboard, checkmate, because Rolly was furious. He didn't even want to talk after that situation happened. So now Rolly's going to come into the fight extremely mad. And then all Tank has to do is box. And then once, it gets into the later rounds, I'm still going to stick with my other prediction that I had in the video, which was Tank by a 8th round KO. And I'm going to bet that, I don't know what the odds are, but I'm going to bet Tank by 8th round KO. Because Rolly's tough. He's not, he's not just going to lay down. So he's going to come in there and fight. But I think Tank is going to just break him down. Very bad boxing. And if Tank, when he smells the knockout, he comes straight forward and doesn't really move either. But prior to that, he's moving, he's slipping, he's rolling, he's doing all of that. But if he smells the knockout, that's where Tank has to be careful. He can't come straight forward trying to walk Rolly down without head movement, because Rolly will still be dangerous. And he will mess around and get caught with a left hook that can change the fight immediately. So Rolly's tough. He has that martial arts background, which I think is going to help his toughness in this fight. But ultimately, I have Tank by a 8th round knockout. I mean, it's hard to even see this fight go 8 rounds, but I'm just strictly basing it off of how tough I think Rolly is. And this is a big stage for Rolly. So he's going to be nervous. Rolly's always been, kind of can't tell when he's serious or when he's joking, when he's being interviewed. But you could tell, this is a big stage for him. And he even looks, after that weigh-in where he got pushed, and they were asking him questions, Steven Jackson, and I'm not sure the other 2 guys' names from Showtime. Rolly was, you could tell he was nervous and he was feeling some type of way. So, but congratulations to Rolly, because this fight is going to change him and his family's life. And congratulations to Tank. Another excellent pay-per-view event that is about to happen. I will be going live tonight, so be sure to come join the fight party. I'm going to start it at about 8 p.m. Eastern, so we'll watch the fights that are before the main event, chop it up, talk some boxing, and my final prediction is Tank Davis by 8th round KO. Yes, I will be betting it, and I'll let you all know what the odds were tonight on the live. All right, catch y'all later. Peace.